So I'm here now with Roland from Choclo, which is a really exciting urban sportswear range that's becoming increasingly popular with yogis and breakdancers alike. I know that because some of my friends have been seen wearing these clothes. So Roland, tell me a bit about the brand and how it evolved.
Well, the brand is kind of inspired from both Australia and Peru. Me and my sister are half Australian, half Peruvian. And the idea came about while I was in Peru. I was having a lot of interaction with the local community and especially the kids. And it just amazed me how much, how happy and cheerful these kids were, even though they were living in total poverty. So I kind of had this idea of building a brand that was really built around helping the community. So what we do is we take the kids' drawings and use them as inspiration for the graphics and the product. So each product has its own character that's coming from that initial inspiration from the children. And we also get artists involved, so we'll give them one of the kids' drawings and then they'll use that as inspiration for their own artwork, and then we'll incorporate that in the product. So there's a couple of ways we can kind of tweak that or integrate it into the range. And then 5% of our sales goes back to the kids in the form of medical supplies or food or whatever. So if you buy a product on the internet, for example, it'll tell you what that 5% corresponds to in the way of donation. So on a hoodie, for example, it might be a papaya fruit and 2 litres of milk for the kids. So even though it doesn't sound like a lot, 5%, if once you've transfer that into soles or the local currency, it actually goes a long way. So since 2 years of business, we've been able to raise over 10,000 euros for the kids, which, as you can imagine, equates to quite a lot of medical supplies, vaccines, food, or whatever they need, basically.
So you're basically taking a kind of, it may be a cliche, but a superficial medium like fashion and turning it into something with a humanitarian cause. Can you define ethical fashion to me? Because it sounds like this fits the term.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of catchphrase is ethical clothing for balanced living. We're all about finding that balance in life between your professional life and your own well-being. So whether that's sports or meditation or whatever you need to put yourself in a good place and ground yourself. It's also through the sports that we cater for, so they're all related to balance in some way. Yoga, surf, dance, slacklining, climbing, whatever, it comes into that kind of category of balanced sports. But as far as the actual clothing goes, I mean, it's definitely a means to be able to help those children. But the concept behind the clothing is also that we're providing clothing that people need anyway, but we're offering more than just clothing. So but just by buying the product, you're becoming part of just another clothing brand. You're becoming part of a project, which is the Choclo project. So our consumers are very proud to wear the product because there is a reminder on that product in the form of a kid's drawing or a graphic or an embroidery or whatever that they're part of. Without them, then we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing, basically. So we're totally grateful to our consumers, and over time, we're building a little community, and it's building, and thanks to that community, we're able to do what we're doing.
So what artists will you be working with next for the illustrations on the clothes?
That's a good question. Last season we worked with an artist, a UK artist that's based in Chamonix called Ruth McNabb. We created 2 products with her, and then another 2 products with a French artist called Nico Odo. Both really talented artists. We're going to be working again with Ruth. So she's already done her artwork, and now we're in the process of integrating that into some products. Yeah, there's something about her artwork. She works with a lot of different elements, so we're able to take different elements and create different products. It's not just one piece, if you like. There's many possibilities within that same artwork.
Do the kids in Peru send you, like, do you give them a theme and they draw on that theme, or do they just send you whatever's on their mind?
It depends. I kind of like them just let anything come out of their head, because, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is whatever's in their head comes out. The woman that we work with over there is a family friend of ours, Christina. She often asks me if there is something, just to give them a starting point. So the first season we gave them, I think the theme was Choclo, actually. So there was a bunch of drawings based around that. There was one in particular. Can I just grab it?
Yeah.
So this was actually the first graphic that was ever done for the project. It's slightly tweaked, but it's more or less the original. But in the first drawing, the eagle was coming down, stealing a cow from a farmer who had the Choclo on his table. So it was pretty fitting, and this is like been incorporated into our animation since, and it's kind of really the starting point of the project. So I use this drawing a lot, and I think, you know, for a 9-year-old kid, it's pretty incredible. It's super talented, and we try and promote their creativity as much as we can. So next year we're planning on taking a couple of artists down to Peru and teaching the kids some new techniques so they can keep building on their creativity. And who knows, maybe turning that into a career one day, you know?
So if any artists or illustrators want to get in touch with you, how do they make contact?
Send me an email on roland@chocloproject.com. And if you forget that, just go onto the website, www.chocloproject.com, and you can find my email on there, either mine or Jessica's. Yeah, we're always looking for new talent, and anyone who wants to help the project is more than welcome.